What day is it? You guessed it. Stone Cold Lock Saturday. I got all my Stone Cold Locks. I got all my honorable mentions. You trying to 20x your money? Then let's get into this hustle game.
Hustle game. Hustle game. Hustle game. Hustle game. Hustle game. Hustle game. Hustle game. Hustle game. Hustle game. Hustle game. Hustle game. Hustle game. Hustle game. Hustle game. Hustle game. Hustle game.
What's good, Hustle Game community? It's week 14 and it's Stone Cold Lock time. Let's get straight into it. My first Stone Cold Lock is CMC, 38.5 receiving yards versus Tampa Bay. We're taking the over. Last week, Purdy gave CMC 10 targets and CMC rushed the ball 17 times. As long as Elijah Mitchell is out, CMC is back to bell cow status. We have him statted out for 65 plus receiving yards this game. My next Stone Cold Lock is Jalen Waddle, 64.5 receiving yards versus the Chargers. We're taking the over. Jalen Waddle had a bad game versus San Francisco last week. Clearly something was wrong. He had a bruise on his tibia bone, but he's good to go this week. We're predicting an explosion game out of him this week. My next Stone Cold Lock is Mike Evans, 47.5 receiving yards versus San Francisco. We're taking the over. Last week, Mike Evans had 4 targets, 4 catches for 59 yards. I don't know why he didn't get more targets, but San Francisco is known for shutting down the slot receiver. So he should see his usual target share of 8 to 10 targets in a game that they should be losing in. My next Stone Cold Lock is Garrett Wilson, 62.5 receiving yards versus Buffalo. We're taking the over. We got to stay in the flames with this one. Last time Garrett Wilson played Buffalo, he had 8 catches for 92 yards, and that was with Zach Wilson. My next Stone Cold Lock is Darius Slayton, 46.5 receiving yards versus the Eagles. We're taking the over. This is another Stay in the Flames candidate. The last 6 weeks, Slayton has gotten 58, 66, 95, 86, 63, and 90 receiving yards. He's breaking his prop every week. My next Stone Cold Lock is Nick Chubb, 76.5 rushing yards versus the Bengals. We're taking the over. It might be time to put some respect on Nick Chubb's name. It's only been 3 times this season Chubb has rushed for less than 80 yards. My next Stone Cold Lock is Jamar Chase, 83.5 receiving yards versus Cleveland. We're taking the over. Chase targets this season goes 16, 9, 10, 6, 12, 10, 11, and 8 targets. With this type of opportunity share and elite speed and ball catching skills, he's a shoo-in to get 100 plus yards receiving this game for sure. My next Stone Cold Lock is DK Metcalf, 69.5 receiving yards versus Carolina. We're taking the over. This is the Metcalf we've been waiting to see on a consistent basis. It's crazy all it took was making Geno the starter. With no Kenneth Walker and no DJ Dallas, I think they throw the ball a little bit more than usual. This is a smash play. My next Stone Cold Lock is Tyreek Hill, 97.5 receiving yards versus the Chargers. We're taking the over. This is not a possible shootout. This is an imminent shootout. This is Tua versus Herbert. And Tua's most lethal weapon is surely not Mel Gibson. It's Tyreek Hill. And my last Stone Cold Lock is DeAndre Hopkins, 79.5 receiving yards versus New England. We're taking the over. Since week 7, Hopkins has gotten 103, 159, 36, 98, 91, and 87 receiving yards. If he doesn't go over his prop, it won't be his fault. It'll be Kyler's fault. All right, now let's get to my honorable mentions. My first honorable mention is my main man, Tua. 285.5 passing yards versus the Chargers. We're taking the over. Like I said earlier, Tua versus Herbert. Crazy shootout. My next honorable mention is Tyler Lockett. 67.5 receiving yards versus Carolina. We're taking the over. The same reason we like Metcalf is the same reason we like Lockett. They both have similar stats for the last 4 weeks. My next honorable mention is T. Higgins, 67.5 receiving yards versus Cleveland. We're taking the over. Higgins and Waddle are the most elite number 2 receivers in the league and most consistent. They didn't hit their marks last week, but there's no way they don't hit their marks this week. And my last honorable mention is Kareem Hunt. 11.5 receiving yards versus the Bengals. We're taking the over. With Deshaun Watson at the helm, we might finally see some of those dump downs to Kareem Hunt we've been looking for all season. Now I got 4 more sneaky props. That's George Pickens, 41.5 receiving yards versus Baltimore. We're taking the over. Deontay Johnson might not play. Next, we got Latavius Murray, 48.5 rushing yards versus Kansas City. We're taking the over. You could run the ball on Kansas City. And next, we got Greg Dulcich, 40.5 receiving yards versus Kansas City. We're taking the over. The coaching staff said they were going to use him as a receiver this game. And my last one is Jamal Williams, touchdown prop versus Minnesota. We're taking the over. The prop is not up there yet, but if it says 0.5 rushing touchdowns, that's an over all day. Like and subscribe, man. Hustle Game Lifestyle. And go over to TikTok. Follow me on TikTok at Hustle Game Lifestyle, man. You know, I mean, we like the government over here, man. We giving out free money. So until next time, be safe, place your bets early, and let's get this money. It's your boy, Mr. Hustle Game, and I bet that.
Hey, it's 2022. I don't know what to do. It's 2022. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to think. Girls rocking black, boys rocking pink. Standing in quick.
Robert